much better.
Bring it down.
Nothing like a little ear rape to start your day.
Bring it down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Shootin the Shibby, episode
32.
32. Hope everyone has been swell in the past week. I'm Spencer.
I'm not Spencer.
And
I'm Bob.
And you're Bob.
And I'm not Spencer.
Well, then what is your name, not Spencer?
I don't know.
All right, you could be Steve.
No.
Yeah, you're Steve.
Bill? Frank?
So, first thing I want to talk about, in the world of Sticky Puck, there's been a new mascot that emerged.
I've never seen you this
Yes,
gung-ho about
I
sports.
want to talk about the sports this time. I want to talk about the sports.
Jumped right on it. Damn.
I did, because I just, what the hell happened to this Methy Elmo looking sort of thing? If you haven't seen it, the Flyers mascot, please look it up. Do it. I don't know if I can
Gritty.
verbally look up
His
Gritty
name
the
is
mascot.
Is it Gritty? I don't know if he's just Gritty the mascot, or he would just be Gritty the Philadelphia
still
Flyers.
I still think Kensington Elmo is my favorite one for him so far.
His backstory just makes him that much better.
Do one of you want to go into the backstory? Because I haven't heard the backstory yet.
So we'll get to the backstory in just a second.
Okay.
But the story is the Philadelphia Flyers today announced their first mascot since 1976.
Cool.
So 40 years ago.
Great year.
Yes, America.
Napoleon
too. Yeah, but America. And this is their first mascot since 1976. So the Flyers were making a huge deal about it. It was a surprise announcement and everything like that. And then they debut him.
But what? I just why? I almost wonder. It seems like a new way of modern marketing is to do some like outlandish thing that goes viral on the internet, and then boom, everybody sees it. I don't know why the Flyers would need to market themselves. I think we all know who the Flyers are. We all know the Flyers fans is the ones that like puke on children and stuff. That's how I know them anyway. It's pretty hilarious. Or is that the football ones?
You're thinking of the Eagles. Eagles are the ones known for throwing snowballs at someone.
Philly fans. It's whatever.
It's a Philly fans.
We'll all just put them in that one category.
Pretty much.
But I just like, do you think they did it for the viral marketing? Because there's no way that this went through a few tiers of executives, and they were like, this was a good idea. What are you snickering at?
So I'm looking up some quotes and some info about Gritty.
Right.
And the first thing I go to is Reddit, because obviously.
That's where all the real news is.
The Flyers subreddit is absolutely loving Gritty. And they shared this post, which is...
It's Elmo in hell.
Elmo in hell right now.
That's like one of my
can't see
favorites.
this,
I would love to see Gritty have a guest appearance on like Sesame Street. And even which one's the one in the can? Is that Grover?
Grover, yeah.
Even Grover's like, even
Grover's
Maybe
just
you
like,
should be in the trash can.
about this right now.
yeah, God, Grover's kind of like
Elmo's bringing his methed up cousin.
Oh God. Not Gritty.
Oh, Elmo, did you bring Gritty again? You just go with it. He just comes in.
He's gonna clean up, I swear. He's fine this time. He got a great job with the Flyers.
Hey, man. Even when the Cookie Monster tell you he's got a problem, then you know you really got an issue.
Do you think like corporate America has just separated themselves so far with what
Corporate America?
Seriously,
I can't say that
Corporate
term
America
without thinking of like some douchebags sitting on like the side of Capitol Hill going, "Corporate America's ruining us."
Well, I mean, corporate America seems to have ruined the Flyers. I mean, I have to imagine that somebody, the CEO or CFO or ABC of Flyers, had to like.
The ABC 123 of the Flyers was like, "Listen,
That's my password. Shut up."
ABC 123 of the Flyers."
Yes, of the Flyers. I have to imagine that they saw the picture of him and like gave the thumbs up or thumbs down. Unless it was like the Roman times where apparently I think thumbs down actually meant they live and thumbs up meant they died, which we got that confused. So maybe they got that confused, and there's a CEO just like squeezing his can like, no, this wasn't supposed to happen.
I just imagine we're living in that simulation. You ever see the episode of Rick and Morty where Jerry's in the simulation?
Yes, Mike, they do all suck equally.
Yes.
He's like, yes. Yes.
Yes.
He comes in and he's like, how's this going to work? Yes.
So I am curious to what is, if you want to give me the TLDR, you can, but what is the
So-
backstory of this fine gentleman over man? Actually, do we know his gender?
It is a man.
It is a man.
It is a man.
Underneath all that fluff, there is something swinging.
Yes. Oh, that's a terrifying thought now.
There you go. Gritty penis. Enjoy.
Sack of pucks.
Oh.
Sticking pucks, you know.
Hey.
So if you go to philadelphiaflyers.com/gritty, you'll
We are
have
not
this.
sponsored by the Philadelphia Flyers.
But we could be. Reach out.
Hey,
How you doing?
Yeah, especially after we're trash talking their mascot. That's a great one.
Your mascot fucking sucks. Now send us money.
Hell, I'll even take free tickets.
I'll just take a shout out.
No, they have to pay me to go to the game.
What if they even just give us a little shibby shout out? That'd be kind of cool. You know?
Shibby
Yep, I just came up with that.
I actually really like that.
Me too.
Can we be their their penalty sponsor?
Oh my god!
This penalty is brought to you by Shootin the Shibby.
Or the new penalties: the players have to sit in a box with us and just listen to us talk.
I swear I won't trip someone ever again. I'm not gonna get fined for fighting anymore.
And it's just like Spencer makes another dick joke.
Brad Marchand.
No!
Brad Marchand's just like, I won't lick another person. I swear.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a player on the Boston Bruins named Brad Marchand, and he is known for licking players.
How do they taste?
Probably sweaty.
Probably sweaty and gross.
I would have thought they would have
Salty.
tasted icy.
That's cold.
God damn it.
Thank you, live studio attendee.
Anyway,
Thank you for the chuckles.
getting to know
Thank you
Gritty.
both for the awkward silence. Getting to
I
know
said
Gritty.
that's cold.
How cold? Ice cold.
As cold as his backstory. Bob, go.
So, according to philadelphiaflyers.com/gritty, his father was a bully. So, naturally, he has some of those tendencies. Talented but feisty, a fierce competitor known for his agility given his size. He's loyal but mischievous. The ultimate Flyers fan who loves the orange and black but is unwelcoming to anyone who opposes his team.
Sounds like Philly.
Legend has it he earned the name Gritty for possessing an attitude so similar to the team he follows. He claims that he's been around for a lot longer than we know it, and recent construction at the Wells Fargo Center disturbed his secret hideout, forcing him to show his face publicly for the first time.
Solid Wells Fargo plug. Solid. Very flawless. Could barely even tell.
He has some oddities that are both humorous and strange.
Oh, truer words have never been spoken.
A number of times he's been caught eating snow straight from the Zamboni machine, and unbeknownst to most, his love of hot dogs has been inflating the Flyers' dollar dog night consumption totals for years.
Go on.
Come to our Dollar Dog Nights, by the way.
That being said, there's no
Guzzle.
denying he's one of our own.
Guzzle all the tube meat.
So essentially what I'm getting from this is that his father was abusive to the point where he lived underneath the Wells Fargo Center, to where they just built over his home, and he was like, I'll go root for them, I guess. And he also eats tube meat, and he's so hungry he eats the snow from the Zamboni, and they're like, yeah, let's give him a stupid outfit and a dumb name. But
You know, maybe he's just misunderstood. Maybe we just don't know. The real
probably his
Gritty.
dad beat the shit out of him.
That is true.
This is a pretty gritty story. That's how they got the name.
Joke's on you. He used to just be orange until his dad came in.
Oh,
It's a dark joke of the day. Yeah.
applause sound effects. Okay, maybe we do need that soundboard. All right, I'll give you credit. I was against the idea, but I was just like, damn, I wish we had this just with
Child
multiples.
abuse isn't funny.
There we go. Thank you.
There we go.
Golf clap for Dart.
I can keep
We'll
the
just
dark
do our
timer
own.
going. I can keep it going.
No, we're good.
The only mascot it
Thank
should
you.
have been of is for the mascots of abortion.
God.
Well, shit. Well, speaking of,
Bye, every job ever.
Speaking of, I saw a screenshot of a GoFundMe to euthanize Gritty. I can imagine that at this point, the GoFundMe's probably been taken down, or if someone wants to look it up. I can't talk and do things at the same time. But
Sure, it's still there. Why would they take it down?
because I don't know if they would allow euthanization to be a funding, like you GoFundMe for euthanizing. Think about all the other terrible organizations that could take advantage of that loophole if you think about it.
I think there's been plenty of sports ones where they were just like either buy out this person's contract or literally murder this man.
Oh, wait, both of those things were the same one?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Well, buying out a contract,
I know
fine.
NFL players. They've done a lot of just pay someone to run this person over or throw them through a table. There was one Bills player. I forgot what it was.
There was the whole Bounty Gate thing with
Yeah,
the Saints.
Saints did Bounty Gate. I mean,
Actually,
it's different, but yeah, the Saints did have a thing
What
on
is
their team.
Bounty Gate?
This was.
By the way, shout
year
out to
they
President
won
Nixon.
The Super Bowl, or the year after, or year before? I don't remember.
I want to say they won or after.
Okay, so it was around the time where the Saints won the Super Bowl, which was 2010.
20XX. Continue.
2010. I'll say 2010. And
Citation needed.
they had a thing in their on their defense that if they knocked out big time players, they got a bonus, which is
Like
highly
physically
illegal.
knocked out.
They knocked out Brett Favre out of a game, and that player got a bonus. And then they were found out, like they had a recording from a meeting of a guy saying whoever knocks out so and so gets.
Yeah, that could get a little dicey. I could see.
No, that's very illegal to do.
Well, yeah, pretty much. You're inciting violence. I mean, I get
Literally
that it's
headhunting.
I get that it's a contact sport, but like you're inciting the violence. You're making it happen. Also, quick shout out to President Nixon for like everything after Watergate has become like insert here gate, like Volkswagen diesel scandals, Dieselgate.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Flint Gate. That's just Flint. That's just Flint water. There's other
I
ones
hate,
though.
I hate when they throw it in things that just don't make sense. Like Bounty Gate kind of sounds good, but then I saw like Deflate Gate. I'm like, all right,
It's like shut the fuck up.
It rhymes.
You're pushing the name.
It rhymes.
It was stupid.
At least that one's deflatable. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But
That
like,
was miserable.
see, the thing is, like,
I love it.
Every time we have some momentum, there's just a dark joke or a dead pun that just, we're one step closer to getting terrible diseases.
what
Cancer. You get cancer from puns.
says who?
Says the internet.
They never lie.
Nope.
It was on the internet. It must be true.
WebMD. So I went to a wedding over the weekend, and I saw one of the most amazing things in the world. I mean, clearly it was something straight out of Pinterest, but still, I'm just happy that I'm not seeing it as a picture on the internet.
It was the actual Pinterest.
What, boobs? Can you get boobs on Pinterest? Maybe if they're like crocheted.
Well, the internet.
Well, but Pinterest.
Hello, internet. I'd like one boobs, please.
Sir, would you like one boob or one set of boobs?
I said one boob.
Yes, I will
Don't
take
make
both.
me clarify any
Instructions unclear.
further.
Here's a bird.
There was a wall with pegs in it, and
That's a boobie.
they had donuts on the pegs. It was a great wall of donuts, and it was groundbreaking.
And were all the churros on the other side?
No, but all the holes of the donuts were the. I just got that.
Bob's like Holden laughter was what made that perfect for me.
Yeah, maybe if old Double Trump will added donuts to his wall, it'd be less controversial. But there would be there was.
Wait a minute. I feel like that was like underhandedly racist.
If it was,
churros on the other side. Trump's wall. Mexico. Churros are Mexican.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Dick Cheney did 311. But
311 also did a terrible cover of
Self-esteem.
Self-Esteem. Music? That's some fire music. Singing? It was.
I don't think I know
Ryan's
that
getting a
one.
phone call.
No, it's not me.
Oh, god damn it! Really? My screen's turned down and it says scam likely, so I can't imagine it's.
Oh, you should have answered it on the podcast.
There's probably some background recording.
Exactly. We could have fucked with them.
All right. Well,
Do you owe $2,000 or more on your credit card account?
Well, see,
You
the
don't
thing
know
is,
me.
it might have been just like an automated one when that's not fun.
Hi, is Milton there? Well, maybe you can help. That's my favorite.
The
I'll
ones where it's like a pre-recorded, like, "Hi, how are you?" And you're like, "I'm good. How are you?" "I'm great. Have you done blah blah?"
My favorite is to try to sell them something back.
Oh my God, yes.
They called my house one time, and my mom answered, and they were like, "Hi, blah blah blah." Mom hands it to me, and I was just like, "Hello, welcome to Dave's Doorbells." And she goes, "I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Ding dong, ditch your old doorbell. Come on over to us." And she's like, what are you talking about?" I was like, "Don't ring and run away from these deals." And then the lady promptly told me that I'm full of shit and I should go fuck myself. And I said, "Hey, don't be a dingling and come on over." And she hung up.
Hold on. The telemarketer that called you tells you to go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
Yep.
That is magical. That is, dude. That's like a check off the bucket list. Because I'm sure they probably had training on how to handle with being told to go fuck themselves, but they've never had to deal with them having the urge to say go fuck yourself.
My favorite was when we were younger, we used to prank phone call a bunch of companies or whatever, and we prank phone called GameStop once, and we called them, and it was on the basketball when we were doing basketball, and one kid in the team calls them, and this was around the time GTA 4 came out.
Okay.
So he's on the phone with them, and he's like, "Hey, my new copy of Grand Theft Auto doesn't work, and my Xbox doesn't work. Can you help me out?" I was like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, I might be able to help." So he was like, "Yeah, the disc tray no longer works. Something got lodged in it." And he's like, "Oh, can you try to tell me what got lodged in there?" He goes, "Well, I was playing GTA 4, and there was like these guys in wife beaters walking around. Their arms were really muscly. So I kind of took the game out and shoved my dick in the whole thing in the middle." And it broke the disc, so I was still kind of feeling it. And then I put my dick into the disc tray, and now the disc tray doesn't work. What should I do? And the guy was literally trying to help him. He's like, "Okay, well, did you have the game insurance on the game?" And he was like, "Yeah, I did."
That's the first thing he asks is the game insurance.
He's like, well, did you have game insurance?" And he tries to help him with the Xbox, and he's just like,
Dude, that guy needs a promotion. Like,
he tried so hard, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm thinking about it again. Can you hold on one second?" And he's here,
oh, jeez.
and that's when he hung up.
No.
Yeah, that's fair. Once it gets sexual, I think that's when
We were
allowed
trying to
hang up.
see how far we can go with this guy before I hung up, and I give him credit. He stuck it in there for a while.
Did he say,
Pun
"Have you tried
intended.
turning it off and turning it back on"? Please tell me, like, he gave you
I
instructions.
fucking wish.
One of my favorite things to do when I get those spam calls is I'll sit there and I'll just be like, "Oh," and I'll play along, but I'll play really, really dumb. So I'll be like, "Oh, okay. Well, what card is it?" "Oh, well, you have a debit, Visa, MasterCard." But I'm like, "Yeah, I have one. Which card?" "Well, no, which card?"
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I'm not sure which one it is. Can you tell me? You called me. You have my account information, right? "Well, we can't. Do you owe more than?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I do." And I'll talk them in a circle for a good, 5 minutes until they give up. Had one guy call me oh my God, what did he call me?
See, you guys are way more
It was
creative
great.
with these things than I am.
He called me a candy ass bitch.
Candy ass motherfucker.
Like, what?
I lost.
What?
I just cracked up when he called me that. I'm like, I've never been called a candy ass bitch before. That was great.
First time for everything. There's something that actually get me because, like, with my phone now, my voicemails are transcribed into a text message, and I'll get a text and I'll read it, and it's like, "There's a warrant out for your arrest, and we need you to call this number if any blah 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 blah." And like, when you first read that as a text message, I'm like, "Oh wait, what did I do? What ticket did I forget to pay?" Like, I was just going through in my head, but I feel bad for, like, old people or people that just fall for this, that are just innocent.
That's what they go for. They go for the old people who don't know any better.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a shame.
Well,
I
it's just so
hate
shitty.
it so much.
I get that we all fall on hard times, but, like, how do you live with yourself making money off of other
I was
people
like,
that?
that's not hard times to me. Like, hard times is where I understand it's like, all right, you go to, like, a grocery store and steal, like, some food and then you run out. Like, that's hard times. Hard times isn't, let me set up a phone company so I can call people to scam them out of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's not hard times. That's, you know what you're doing. You had the money to make that.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to go with.
True. Actually, yeah, that's fair. They do have to,
Like,
they do have to have the capital or the.
I was going to say,
Insert
there's a
accounting
difference
terms.
between I don't have any money, I'm literally going to starve to death, so yeah, I'm going to steal the can of soup from the store, compared to, I want more money. I know, I'll set up a bunch of phones and get people to call old people and trick them into thinking that, their loved ones are in jail or dying and they need to come pay the bail.
Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, I guess it's kind of, when I think of hard times, I think of like people going into drug dealing or stuff along those lines. And that there's no capital. You know, you go to a guy and say, "Here, I'll sell this for you." I mean, if I was going to try dealing drugs, this is probably how I would go about it. Not that I would know. In all seriousness, I would have no fucking idea. I'd get shot in a
police
second.
calling.
Why, hello, friend. I'm looking to deal the marijuana. May I try and do that with you? Can I have some of the marijuana, please?
You guys got some of that sticky icky? I'm looking to get wacky with tobacco.
I
heard
like some
it-
of that black tar heroin.
I heard it's the bee's knees, daddy-o. Yeah, so...
You guys got some of them jazz cigarettes?
And actually, you know what? Now that
It's
you-
called the jazz cabbage, not jazz cigarettes.
It was called
God,
jazz
stupid.
cigarettes, you punk bitch.
I was actually offered
Candy
cocaine.
ass motherfucker.
What?
I was offered cocaine at a bar one time. Where
Wait,
he
you
wanted-
never been offered cocaine?
No. I guess I'm not
cocaine.
cool enough. My
Well-
friends don't offer me Coke.
It's all right, because I kind of like half
I had the
poop-
waitress offer me Coke once.
Oh, nice.
Or
Bob,
Pepsi.
Bob, get out.
Wow. What the worst part is, I walked right into that.
How
I
did you not get that immediately?
Because I was thinking about the time I was offered cocaine and I nearly pooped myself.
A waitress ordered me Coke. Ah! Shit! What do I do?
Pepsi.
I mean, you have to understand, man, like, one of my favorite towns is a place where that might happen. So you get...
You're not wrong.
Coke and Poopsville. How could I forget? New Jersey's finest. Come on in. Our waitress will ask if you want Coke so much you'll poop yourself. Fucking buffoon.
But I pretty much responded, "Why, no, sir, I would not like any cocaine, but I appreciate the offer." But I kind of said it a little bit loud.
Thanks for the cocaine. I'm good, but you enjoy shooting that into your
Maybe
arm.
next time.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
'Cause that's how that's how they do an 8-ball. But they've actually ended up catching him on camera. Now he's not allowed at that bar.
Is cocaine?
Well, that'll do it.
Is cocaine through the arm? that-
No,
no,
it's
smoke.
snorted. I thought you were kidding.
I don't know how drugs work, man.
Oh, bullshit. Don't you try and play coy with me, sir.
I try to get into Coke. I have it in the syringe. I'm stabbing myself in the arm. Why won't I get high?
I mean, I'm sure it'll do something.
Yeah, it'll fucking ruin my arm and stab an artery, probably.
Well, I would think that even if you're doing it incorrectly, you would know the point that you have to push the syringe to make it happen.
Well, the point's on the syringe. So,
I kind of just looked at JFK and was like, man, I wish I had out too.
I wish I also had 3 entries and 2 exits. So,
Are we allowed to laugh at that yet? It's been over
Oh,
20
it's
years.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bob's sitting over there reevaluating his life decisions.
You look like you're going
of what
through.
got him here.
You look like you're going through like Nom flashbacks.
So
I just hear in the background, some folks born made to raise the flag. Ooh, red, white, and blue.
there's a bogey on our tail. Somebody get Private Giaquinto out of here. Bob's just sitting under the tree, wondering how he got here. The Viet Cong standing over him, you hear the record scratch? Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, to get to there, we got to go back a few steps.
And
And it's just the draft.
I was gonna be actually just rewind him taking like 5 steps back and then taking 5 steps forward to that
Sits
point.
under the tree, and that's when the Viet Cong comes down. That's everything you need to know.
So that's how I got there.
Everywhere you look. It just plays like the cheesy music.
The Viet Cong looks at Bob like, "You, what are you
Like,
doing
the
here?"
freeze frame is like him with the knives and Bob's sheer terror, but then like it changes photo frames where Bob's like running for his life and he's coming, but the last one is them holding like arms around each other, and they go to like the logo of the show, the Viet Cong standing above the hole, and he's looking down at Bob, and Bob's like,
It's like the Brady Bunch.
It basically turns into something like this. Yep. Yep, that's me. That's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, let's go back to the beginning.
Wrong effect.
I think swing. Yeah, but
I would go
knew
for
what
the
you're
echo.
trying.
You want the
You wanted the echoey? That was
like
like
the reverb one.
that was more like Squidward and Purgatory and that one South Park. Wow. Alone.
See,
So-
I had my sheet of paper here, but it fell off, which is what I went to go and pick up, and then it fell off again. So that was
But
disappointing.
I'll never get. Damn it! Hold on.
Took a wild
There was a
guess.
Chumbawamba reference in there somewhere. Hold on.
I get knocked down.
It got knocked
Paper
down.
fell down, but then it picked it back up again.
But you're never gonna leave the hole. So my favorite season is upon us, as we all know.
Yes.
Fall.
Autumn is here.
Fall.
And there's one way that
I love
nowadays for me, I just know that autumn is here.
I love watching all the trees autumn. I'm sorry. I like watching all the leaves autumn. Take two. That other one didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm talking about a season, not an action. So
Yeah, that's called fall because the leaves fall.
yeah, that's a stupid thing to
Fall.
call it.
It's like that's why it's summer because the sun is out.
Oh, I forgot. Forgot. The sun is summering down upon
Yes,
us.
yes, it is.
I just go outside. I'm like, damn, it's so summer out.
And all the snow is winting, so that's why it's winter.
It's wintering. I forgot.
No, it's just winting.
No, it's wintering.
No, you're fucking stupid.
No, it's wintering.
Fuck you.
No,
I hate everything you stand for.
great.
Cool. Continue.
So
Hey, same.
autumn is here, and I feel like nowadays there's the best way to kind of tell that autumn is here, and that's because Spirit Halloweens take up every rundown store you could fucking
Yes.
see in like everywhere. My favorite thing is they know that there's such like a niche time spot that they don't even get signs. They just get like a banner that they have like printed out that they roll up, I'm sure, and throw in the
yeah.
back of like Ted's car at the end of the day.
and you walk in, and all the shelving is just like the foldable like metal sheets that you could just put out, and then you just hook in however much space
And they're
you
just
need.
like,
They're all
"We're-
just generic shelves.
We're here, Spirit Halloween.
They put like if they don't use the whole store, they're trying to hide like the closet areas. They just put like sheets up, just like they just go in their closet. I haven't used that one in a while. Fine, it's Halloween. It'll be
Like
spooky
they're literally
ghost.
here to be like up here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're out, and it's just like, oh my lord. It's my favorite thing now is that since Toys R Us has gone out of business, so all the Toys R Us, Babies R Us, all that,
That makes me
jazz,
so sad.
You
they
know,
have
I
taken
really
over
don't give
like
a shit.
every single Toys R Us out there. And we were talking about this earlier. I fucking wish that you go into a Spirit Halloween and it's all like the toys with like their like the heads ripped off the dolls and like everything's like there's just like the one toy with the batteries in and it's just like distorted, swinging around in a circle.
That or
like
they
a
just-
nursery rhyme.
They took like all the Jeffrey dolls or the cardboard Jeffrey things and just put like Halloween stuff on him, and it's just like boom, Halloween store done.
There's a teddy bear on like one of those like pig rows going around in the circle.
See, I just wonder like how much of the Toys R Us, because I mean I've never really seen a Toys R Us that wasn't gigantic. I mean, there's Metropolis sized ones, but they were all
Times
these
Square
big
one.
stores. Well, I mean that's
Fucking Ferris wheel in the middle.
yeah.
What are they gonna do with that?
Didn't they close that one like years ago?
Did they?
They
think
closed.
they might.
They closed FAO Schwartz. I think that might have reopened. I forget. Someone might want to check that or not. I don't really give a shit. But actually, FAO Schwartz was the tits. I loved FAO Schwartz. You ever been?
I want to go there, like, oh, I want that Yelp review, like, oh, I had a great time with the family, Spencer. It's the tits.
The children will love it. But no, I actually got like some of my first slot cars there. They were 124 scale. They were like the bigger dudes too. They weren't like the little mini ones that are zippy. Like they were big. They were rear wheel drive, and they were all based off of vintage race cars. I had no idea what they were at the time, but that's what got me into it, Brian. That's where it all started. That's where my addiction starts.
And that's where it all began.
You may have wondered how I got here. Actually, my one friend, shout out to Joe. He was like a high school friend that once we went to college, we kind of just went our separate ways just for whatever reason. And I kind of like I blew the dust off my old slot car track box after I graduated. It was like, does anyone want to come play slot cars? And Joe's like, I would love to come play slot cars. I have the same track. I'll also bring my track. And then we became friends again. And there's a wholesome story on the Shibby Shack.
I think
Wow, that was the first one ever. Took 32 episodes.
I'm about to say that might just be the first one. Joe and I are still good friends today.
I remember one time we found slot cars at the Bronx.
Yes,
Or
at our college radio station.
And we just made
When?
tracks in like the back room and just started racing them.
I think the tracks are still there too.
Are they? Yeah, they probably are.
I I think so.
I think it was my
Where the
sophomore
hell-
year.
Yeah, so I graduated.
You graduated already.
Fucking why did I graduate?
No, it
I
was
think-
your senior.
No, it was
Oh,
his. It
that's
was my
right.
sophomore
It was my
year.
senior year. That's right.
I remember
Still,
it was Peach, me, myself, and you sitting in the back, setting up tracks for the cars, and we would just play with that.
because that's what we did to be productive.
Yep, that was one of the things we did, and oh man,
And now I have
That
a
was-
career in radio.
That was, I'm about to say that was bonding time.
Oh,
You
it was
have to-
amazing. It was so much fun.
it was a lot
I
of
don't
fun.
care who you are, if you like cars or not. Slot cars are just fun as shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about having just a trigger for fast and slow and slinging little cars around a track that is just joy and fun no matter who you are.
I got
It will
the
bring-
joy down in.
It
my
will
heart.
bring the child. It'll bring
Yeah.
the child out and
Go on.
get angry.
Go on. You're almost there. Use your words. Come on, do the take two. Come on, do your whole spiel.
Done.
Did you put like a reverb on that?
Nope.
It sounded really weird.
I actually turned his mic off so it didn't pick up the.
Oh, fuck! I did that on purpose.
I know.
Fuck you. I want a new producer. We're keeping the board.
I mean, we all did put in money for it.
Right. Well, you can have the plastic trim. We need the other parts.
Fair enough. Deal. I'll take it.
You could have the screw on the side.
I'll give you like one of the knobs, just the plastic part itself. I still need to be able to twist it.
I want the fader. Can I get the fader instead?
That's fair. As long as I get to keep the metal piece that actually fades, you can just have a little button to play with. Sure.
So
Works.
I was thinking about something also recently.
Also, if anybody wants to be our producer, we have an opening.
Or a video person, we'll take that.
Actually, yeah, we will take a video producer.
We don't have money, but we'll take your labor.
We'll give you that all-important exposure.
You can come to the diner down the walkway with
we
us.
can walk to the diner.
Speaking of that diner, as we all know, the TVs in there probably like the weather updates is just never accurate anymore.
It's just always 45
It's
degrees,
always
Brian.
47 degrees.
47,
It's 47 degrees, but I feel like we're getting close to that like time frame where soon it might actually be 47. I'm gonna be like, wow, that must actually be the weather outside.
Imagine that's actually like the internal temperature. I guess no, it's not really that
No,
cold
there's
in there.
no way
It's not
it
cold
would
in
be
there, though.
47 degrees
47
inside.
degrees Celsius. It's
Yeah,
just
burn
Yeah,
the
when
whole
we-
place just combusts.
when we were there, it was like I was like, huh, that's not right because
Gritty's
it was
home.
like 80 out, and I was like, it can't be 47 degrees out. And Spencer's like, well, duh, it's in Celsius. I was like, yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's like 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's-
because 20, because that's why I said I'm all about like going to what Europe uses to measure shit, but I like Fahrenheit because it better so describes.
I don't like using
temperature
negative
outside.
numbers. I don't feel like using negative numbers.
I mean, yeah, but also at the same time, I also don't like seeing 20 and being like, oh, it's warm out.
It is weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense. 0 is freezing temperature.
That's right. It makes sense for science,
It does.
but for everyday use, I like Fahrenheit better.
I mean, I'm down.
I feel
for,
like Fahrenheit's a little more accurate because Celsius, it's I don't like looking at, but I'm like, all right, is it hot or cold out today? It's 20. Okay.
However, I will say everything else in standard sucks. Like I'll open my toolbox and look at my sockets, and I'll see my 7, 8 mil, 9 mil, 10 mil, and then it's like 1/4 inch, 2/8, 3/4. You can tell how often I actually use them. 7/8, 9/12. I'm like, why would anyone want to count like this? Why is this good? And the people that wrench on American cars, they know them because my dad. Well, oh yeah, that's a 3/4. The only thing I like about having those sockets there is when I lose my 13 millimeter, I can use the 3/4 wrench or a 3/4 socket. Like I can.
It's funny. My car, I drive an American car, but the
Way to stimulate the economy, Bob.
America,
I
But-
drive the elite German cars.
the master race, if
I'm
you
going to
will.
help
Indeed.
stimulate the economy by buying an American car.
But with for me to change a headlight, I need a 10 millimeter wrench.
Well, you have to understand when it comes to vehicles, it's no longer it's not like it was in the 60s where you had your separate American, Japanese, German cars so much. Everybody is up each other's assholes with this stuff nowadays. So like your spark plugs could be German, your suspension is probably also German. Everything that's really good is from Germany.
So diverse.
If you
It's
have
German, that's German, that's German, that's German. We're very diverse
you
here.
have an American car, so you probably have like Chinese interior parts.
It's a Chevy, so yeah.
Yeah, but that would make sense. But
Actually, I think mine was made in either Mexico or Canada.
it's okay. Volkswagen has a plant in Mexico, so I can't complain. And there is one. I want to say Deutsche Auto Parts. I want to give a shout out to them because they actually did research, because there's the VW purists would always want, including myself, wanted a car manufactured in Germany, thinking that would be much better. But there is no correlation to VW's reliability or build quality depending on which power plant it came from, whether it be the one in Germany or it be the one in Mexico. Yes. So everyone's just...
The more you know.
Indeed. Because I was like, I was half... I mean, a part of me was expecting it to be like Mexico's cars were actually better just because... But yeah, there's no correlation between either or. But it's just for whatever reason, especially within the German car community, they take pride in like their car being from Germany. Yes, I do the same. I'm not afraid of who I am. But it's just like so like you want to say that your car is built in Germany. I mean, hell, BMW, you can purchase a brand new vehicle, fly out to the BMW factory over there, have what's it called? A lesson on the Autobahn, and I think one of the racetracks. I think the Nürburgring.
Yeah, the Nürburgring is huge with BMW.
Right. So, okay, then yeah, probably
is
in there.
Is it the Nürburgring F1 track or the Nordschleife, which is the?
I would probably think it would be Nordschleife.
Big ass track.
Oh yes, that's the famous one.
I've always wanted to drive on that.
Me too. I wanted to visit. We almost did when I did the Euro trip with Shane and Eric. We almost tried, but it was on the wrong side of Germany. So we only went to Wolfsburg.
You're on the wrong side of Germany, boy.
Dude, we actually on our way. So Wolfsburg is the birthplace of Volkswagen, and it's also nowhere near anything else touristy unless you like Volkswagens. And like we had to do a layover in a random German city, and they pretty much were like that. Like, this is a terrible part of Germany. You want to get on that bus safely and promptly, because we did like a layover at night. I'm like, good to know. Wolfsburg was nice though. It's very much a family town. Like after 10 o'clock, everything dies. In fact, we were trying to find food. Because I think we got there at 10:30. The inn that we were at was kind of closed, so we had to like call them to get our keys and whatnot. But on our way to McDonald's, because that was the only thing that we could find on Google Maps that was open, we found a place that had soup and was open, so we had soup and it was delicious.
I'm at soup.
I'm at soup. Why are you buying soup at the clothes store?
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you!
Did I say that backwards?
You did.
God damn it.
You ever see that video?
I can't say that
I forgot. I don't know where it's from, but a lot of people just put like random video game characters into like this scene where he's like, "Hey, could you come here?" It's like, "Oh, I'm busy right now. What are you doing?" "I'm at soup." "Well, then get out of there." No, I'm looking for clothes." He's like, "Okay, we'll go to the next aisle. There's just more soup." He's like, "Keep going. It's just more soup. What are you doing? I'm trying to buy clothes. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you!" It's really funny.
It's a great video.
It's like,
I guess I had to be there.
or watch it.
Yeah, you just had to watch it. It's that easy.
It's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Maybe we'll do it after the
So,
podcast.
it's a generous amount of time, 30 seconds.
My time is incredibly valuable, Brian. I can't be bothered
Clearly,
with 30-second YouTube videos.
those slot cars won't play themselves.
That is true. You know, it's funny. We're talking about slot cars. The one thing
said it was
that I
funny.
really want to get back into is model trains. I know
You were into
how
model trains.
dorky that is.
No.
But
Oh,
when
no. I mean, yes, but no.
When I was little, my grandmother had...
No, you fucking loser. Not at all.
I didn't mean it like that. It totally is dorky, but I love dorky.
Well, when I was little, my grandmother had this huge train table in her basement.
Also,
Still
your grandma
does.
was a nerd.
Actually, my dad built it. And him and his brother,
Did he have a
when he was
conductor's
like
hat?
younger.
Did he have the
Did
blue and white
he?
striped conductor's hat? Did you
I
have
totally
one?
did.
Oh,
I totally
that's great.
did.
Oh,
Losers. I fucking wish I had one. You losers.
Pretty badass. I also had a train whistle
Like
too.
you're judging us?
Like, you know, like the wooden whistle. I had one of those too.
Nice.
And whenever it would go around the circle, it'd do, woo woo.
That's awesome.
I was making a joke just calling you losers, even though I just said I wish I had one because that's fucking awesome.
It is awesome. I actually had a model
And
train
she still
set.
has it.
Does she?
It's still in her basement.
Was it
and
Lionel, right? That was the big one? Yeah.
It is my goal to refurbish that thing and get it up and running and then, like, add on to it.
Dude, let's do it.
Because my, like, and again, this is going to sound super corny, but the one thing I want to do when I finally own a house, I am going to, buy all of those little, like, Tom Clark Christmas house sets and make a village and like have a train go through it. That's all I want. I don't care. That's literally all I want.
Can we also build the winter area from Paper Mario?
Sure.
Cool.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's awesome.
But I'm dead serious. I want to refurb that entire table. It still works. I still have the trains for it. It's down in her basement, covered with a sheet. I want to do it.
My father had one of those train sets when he was a wee lad, and I used to play with it because he had it
was
for
a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog.
I immediately have to think that whenever somebody says like when they were a young boy.
Nice. So,
all right, sorry.
Well, that
sounded very condescending.
Yeah, as Timon says it.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! Keep up on your own references.
I missed the reference.
God,
I just know the.
When I was a young warthog. Nice reference.
Wow.
Well. Even more depressing stuff. I had one of those trains. My favorite thing to do with it was to just ramp up the electricity as far as I can so that it would fall off the tracks. And I kind of like asked my parents where it was recently, but then it was gone because they got divorced and threw everything out. So
when I was a young warthog,
I would always with the trains. There was like an outside circle and a couple of like.
There was just too much positivity.
There was an outside circle and then like an inner loop and like some other stuff.
And figure 8, crisscross crash with trains.
Oh, I want to do that.
Lots and lots of trains.
I always wanted to do that.
I forgot about those commercials.
Worst.
I would always start the trains off smooth, slow, and then every lap I'd like take up the intensity one little like row to see how fast I can get the trains going around before they fell off.
We should do. We should replicate. There was a video of like. Do you remember Brio, the wooden train stuff?
I fucking grew up with all of the Thomas the Tank Engine.
I was gonna say, can we make like a mock commercial of like the model trains like slowly going around, but it's like in the context of like those like monster truck commercials where you just see the train slowly going around and they're just like Sunday, check it out, the model trains here, they're doing this and they're going around in the circles, tickets to Midvale Seat underneath the edge.
Brought to you by Chew and Choo Choo and Chugga Chugga.
I love that catchphrase. Tickets paid for the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge.
You're only gonna need the edge.
I love it. It's so dumb.
I actually don't know if I ever heard that one.
You never heard that? Where it's like, ticket pays for the old seat, but you won't need the edge.
You're gonna pay for a seat, but you'll be standing the entire time.
No, that's great. It sounds like every WrestleMania / dragster / funny car
usually whenever they do that, the people are
be there.
Motion enhancers and clippers.
But whenever they do those kinds of things, there's always like some like major action. You see like the monster truck like go off the jump and they're spinning and they like flip out. But like I want it's like us going like yeah, and it cuts to the footage of like the train going as slow as possible around the track.
So have any of you seen? There's been I'm not gonna lie. So we kind of talked about viral marketing before. I keep seeing pictures of Kanye West of what looks like a Roblox character, but it was all screenshots from a legitimate music video.
That is from his new music video, yes.
It's actually from Lil Pump's new music video, Feet Kanye West.
Feet Kanye West.
Yes,
not even a hand, just feet of Kanye
West.
West.
Yes, just feet. Just his feet.
For those with fetishes.
Rex Ryan, look out.
I was like, you know what? Let's see what the young people are into these days. You caught me. I want to watch this video. It's less than 2 minutes long song, and it starts off, "You're such a fucking hoe. I love it." And I'm just like, oh wow. I could feel my hair receding, a paper growing in my hands, and me just red formaning. Like, what? This is what they like? I don't. It's just
that episode of South Park where I think it was Stan's birthday.
Yes.
And after
this is your shirt. Oops.
That's fine. You can keep it. I haven't worn that in years.
I don't want it.
Well, I mean,
there's
also washers and dryers for these specific reasons.
Mowers and hedgers.
Hedges and clippers. But no, it's kind of like that episode of South Park where Stan gets like another year older and he tries to listen to like the kids' music. Or listen to music he normally listens to, and it's just like he's like it's all shit. It all sounds like shit.
Well, this was a little bit. It wasn't just the fact that it was shitty. That's all subjective. But it was just like, it started off with like the sound clip of a comedian of just like, I'm tired. I forgot, it was like, I'm tired of faking my orgasm. I want to come, motherfucker. And like, that's how the song starts. And I'm pretty sure like when Little Pump came out with the Gucci Gang song, I think he was 17, if I remember correctly. Because I
I don't know who Little Pump is.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
He's one of the, okay, so I had a few
Is
moments.
he a SoundCloud rapper?
He's one of those skittle-haired.
Oh, fuck those.
Yeah, he's one of the skittle-haired mumble rappers.
They're one of those
with face
people where
tats.
it's like every time I accidentally scroll right on Snapchat and see all the stories, there's always one story that's like, "What did 6X Station 9 do the other day?" And he's like the one with like all the rainbow hair, and I'm like, wasn't this guy last week?
There's a lot of them.
It's like,
actually.
good job getting something like a job.
Well,
But I look
Like
at him
after your music
sometimes,
career?
and I'm just like. But also, I thought I could have sworn I saw a news story that he was caught fondling a little girl at one point, and I'm just like,
one of them was, yeah.
and I was like, how are you still
which
doing stuff?
which skittle-haired face tat guy was fondling
It was
children?
the one with the 6'9" on his face.
It's pronounced-
X69, whatever.
It's actually pronounced just 6'9". I will not lie to you. I had one night where I'm like, all right, I gotta figure, like, why is this stuff popular? I will say the music videos are tantalizing. There's something about watching Little Pump and Kanye West in a Roblox outfit, just walking down, staring at this woman, saying, "I want you to suck my dick." That I was just like, huh.
Does she say no? And they go, oof.
She doesn't say no, but she kind of turns around and gives him a look like, be nice. Like,
honey.
kind of more like a disappointed mother that's just like, I'm watching you.
He's like, no, I'm playing Roblox.
That's what it looks like.
I don't know why that even happened. I saw that the Kanye and Lil Pump and like the Roblox looking thing. I'm like, why?
Why is this a
Why?
thing?
Because it catches. Well, dude, I'm a prime example of why. I would have never listened to that song. If
I
it
still
wasn't
haven't
for
listened
the
to it.
screenshots. You're not missing anything. I listened it. I watched the YouTube video more because I wanted to just like watch the like why. And for whatever reason, I guess I'm just so used to Kanye West's facial expressions just being like either disappointment or just no expression at all. And seeing screenshots of him smiling, it's so weird. I'm not even a big celebrity person, but I was intrigued.
There's a great Twitter account called Kanye Doing Stuff. And its best tweet ever was Kanye almost let you caught him having fun, almost. And it's him at like a basketball game, and he's just like, yeah, and he notices the camera's on him. He's like, it's so
He goes
good.
through a disappointed face.
It's so good. I love it. It's like it was one of my favorite Twitters for a while, but then he stopped posting.
I
so
was
guess he just ran
introduced-
out of stuff.
I was introduced to my new favorite Instagram profile. I forgot if I talked about it, but it's called Secret Buttholes. And if you look up on Instagram, it's called Secret Buttholes. And all it is just normal stuff in real life that looks like buttholes. So, like, it'll be like the center of, like, an amoeba, which is, like, the mouth, which looks like a butthole. Or it was, like, this one, like, very, it was a dog. It was, like, a dog that,
If you type in the word secret, it's the second option.
Oh, I'm sure it's, I think it had, like, 20,000 views when I looked at it.
21,400 followers.
There we go.
In wholesome
so-
content, there's
Well, it's pretty much, imagine, you know what not safe for work porn is? It's pretty much, yeah, that's the one I was looking at. It was a floppy dog in a circle, and it looks like a butthole.
It's a dog that's laying down that looks like a butthole. You probably can't see my phone.
not safe for work porn. It's some of my favorite where it's like
safe.
random,
No, safe for work.
safe
porn.
for work porn. I'm sorry, safe for work porn.
I do love me some not for safe for work porn, let me tell you.
It's
So
safe,
porn.
safe for work porn is
Thank you, Bob. You got the joke.
is some of my favorite stuff because I love how it's like two people and they're clearly having sex, but then someone just terribly painted over it, and it's like them at like an office desk.
Exactly.
It's like them cutting up like.
I saw one where it's like a Mozart symphony, and someone's like playing the oboe, which clearly was painted over of some other person's genitals. It was great.
My favorite is the one. It's a girl who's like, she looks like she's drumming, but
Yeah.
or it's like two drumsticks, and she's literally just going, back and forth with both
Yep.
arms. But she's
I like
Clearly,
I like Pornhub memes
yeah.
too. It's like when you take out the roast a little too early before the timer goes off, and it's the girl and say, "Oh fuck, put it back in."
Or it's like when you stub your toe and it's just like a guy. It's just a guy with his face like ooh, but it's from gay porn.
It's the vinegar strips.
Yes.
finger strokes.
Oh.
Euphemisms are so weird.
You ever watch The League?
No,
That's
I
where
haven't.
that's
No.
from. There's a show called The League, which is about a fantasy football group, And
Fantasy football is that big that they make TV shows about it now?
oh hell yeah!
I thought fantasy
Well,
football.
the show ended already. But yeah, there was a show called The League. It was on FX. It was about guys in a fantasy football
Was
league.
it a good? No, just put time out. Was it a good show?
Yeah.
So
It
why
was a
is
sitcom.
it?
It was a sitcom.
It was a
based off
sitcom.
of a fantasy football.
Fantasy
league.
football was kind of like a.
Now, here's
like,
my issue.
Like
Here's
overall
my issue.
structure of it, but it didn't have to do everything with it.
Video game movies and television shows historically suck ass. Besides, like Scott Pilgrim.
Here's looking at you, Ready Player One.
Yeah, fuck
Wasn't
you.
good?
What?
Wasn't good. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Compared to the book is so much better.
Well, that's not fair. Compare Harry Potter to the book, and they were both great. Who am I kidding? But no, it's just like every. Where's the Harry? I love the Harry Potter movies.
There's some Harry Potter movies that I've seen. I'm like, hey, these aren't.
Let me just
There's
have my
a
moment.
third one. Ugh,
It's just like
I hate that movie.
every adaptation of what started as a video game and then turns into a movie later usually just sucks ass. And so finally, sports people adapt sports into a video game and they get a good TV show about it. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, this because the thing
I want
is,
a good TV show about video games.
because the thing is, it's not all about fantasy football. It's just parts of it. The other parts is just like a normal like sitcom.
So then I want a sitcom about an esports group living their lives and
But then, like, a side thing is, yeah, but see, the thing is, whenever they try to do something like that, where they're like, oh, make a show about gaming, they focus a little too much on it, and it becomes pandering. While fantasy football one was
That's
like,
fair.
yeah, these
That's fair.
guys, they're in a fantasy football group, but also, like, they like to fuck with each other. They pick on this one guy who's, like, the butt of every joke.
see, I feel like
Or they get in some crazy hijinks, but then, like, also at the side of the hijinks, they'll be like, oh, Matt Forte's out this week. Like, how would you give me LaShawn McCoy? And he's like, oh, no, fuck you. It's like, oh, like, they talk about football here and there, but there's also, like, you know, hey, if I beat you this week, you have to name your kid Chalupa Batman. And that happened. He beat him, and his son is legally named
I feel like a lot of
Batman.
producers miss the mark because I mean, if you think about it, video game people and sports people are not too different.
No, they
all.
draw similarities to
no,
them all the time.
they're obsessive
Right, but we
for
also
their reasons.
the fun ones because there are people that take sports way too seriously to the point that it's just not fun to be around. Just like anything. I mean that is when it comes to the stereotypes.
fan sports suck.
I mean,
we
that's-
know somebody who's like that.
That's the only thing. True about
Is he
sports,
standing to? Is he sitting to the right of you?
No, he's
I do it.
I joke. I
He's
jokingly
actually
do.
absent for this episode.
Oh, is he? Oh, he actually gets serious.
Oh, yes, he does. I forgot he does.
No,
Very much
stupid
does.
Philadelphia
Next
fans.
time
He's a very all New York everything fan.
Oh, gee. Next time he's here, we'll
and
have
hates
fun.
everything Philadelphia
I'm
for
gonna
no reason.
I'm gonna do research
Well, I mean, they're
on
rivals
things.
in like every sport.
There are rivals.
Aside from that,
I was like, literally every sport, they're rivals. Like the Giants, Rangers, Yankees, they're all rivals with.
I'm gonna do sports
Maybe not
research.
Yankees. Maybe not the Yankees.
I'm gonna do sports research on what ticks New York people and what Philly people like.
Just tell them Derek Jeter sucks and you're good.
I thought, doesn't he suck now?
No,
Oh,
no, he retired.
he retired,
well,
but he
yeah,
went to the Hall
yeah,
of Fame and
yeah,
he
you
was
suck
like,
if you're not playing.
Yankees
like the
fans
greatest
do
Yankee to
nothing
ever
but,
walk
like,
here.
Yeah, he was
spank themselves to Derek Jeter
Also,
for good reason. He was one hell of a player, and I hate baseball, but still.
Also, fun fact: there was a Yankee called Shane Spencer, and my brother's first name is Shane, and I'm Spencer. It was not done on purpose.
Good night, everyone.
We both-
That's it. That's what we're ending off with. Bob, play the music.
We both had jerseys.
Bob, play the music. This episode's
Yeah,
over.
but
That's it. I want to love you every day.
Good night, everybody.
No, we're not done. Although I have nothing left to say. So I mean, if you want to,
Bob, what'd you learn today?
I don't think I've ever had a comment like that actually end the show. Wait, so what are we doing? Are we
No,
into this?
are we doing it? We're about an hour in, so fuck it.
That's true. God, what did I learn today? I learned that mascots are fucking terrifying. It's
if
bad.
you do think about it, I'm sorry, you first. No,
It's
moment yours.
it's bad enough that the costume characters already scare the shit out of me, but seeing that, terrified.
I think it's because he doesn't have a nose.
And I have confirmation that when you give it a high five, its hand squeaks, and smoke comes out of its ears.
That's weird.
So
What
when you
the
high five,
fuck? This sounds like some sort of weird Beetlejuice-esque character that just purposely exists to scare children.
Did you know that if you go into your bathroom, turn off the lights, and spin around saying grit,
Gritty,
grit,
gritty,
grit
gritty.
as loud as you can, your dad will come upstairs and smack you for waking him up. And then you become grit yourself.
That should be in the backstory.
That was the backstory. Somebody wanted to summon Grit, and his
gritty,
dad
gritty,
beat him
gritty.
until
No,
he
that's-
became Grit.
That should be in like the fun fact category of gritty. If you spin around 3 times, your dad beats you.
To the point where you live under the Wells Fargo Center and become Grit.
Not the Citibank or the TD Center. Fuck those places. Just the Wells Fargo one.
Well, that's where the Flyers play.
No shit. I didn't even know that.
The TD
but I
Bank one
knew
is where the
that.
Boston Bruins play.
I don't give a shit.
Also,
You were eyeballing. Hold on.
I
Are
also
you
love
both-
when they try to call that the Garden too. I'm like, no, Madison Square Garden is the Garden. TD Bank is not the Garden. All right.
Forgive me if I misinterpreted at the moment, but when I plugged DAP, just because I like them as a company, did you both like look at each other like, oh boy, free promotion?
No.
No, then that was just my hidden insecurities. Never mind.
Yes.
Continue.
100%.
I have a lot of those. In fact, I've been getting better. I've been getting a lot better.
Yes.
I went on a date.
You know what? Fuck it. Bring back the exit.
We're not ending the show yet.
Can we play DJ Quads backwards? Yeah, but imagine it's just like Hail Satan.
Playing backwards. Kill your family.
But I mean, as I've kind of mentioned,
Burn everything. Smoke. That's it. I'm good.
Continue.
as I kind
Spencer.
of mentioned over the podcast, like I've been like trying to push myself to get past. I have been such an insecure person for such a long time in my life, not even realizing what's going on. What were we talking about beforehand? I forget everything.
You put yourself out there.
You're insecure
no,
because you're
I
a
got that.
big
I got
old
that
loser.
far.
You went on a date.
Before that,
You spun in the bathroom and your dad slapped you for being too loud.
I was just gonna.
Oh, we looked at each other when you said something and you were like, "Are you looking at me because
Yes.
of promotion?"
You know what? Fuck. I'm gonna roll with this anyway. I did lost all train of thought, but in fact, you know what?
Bringing it around circle on that train track.
I was watching South Park with my brother at midnight, and it was the episode where Cartman is being taught by the dog whisperer. And if you don't remember, like he's actually being taught successfully, but he like goes out into the like at night. He just walks out into the hallway because he's not feeling well, and it's because he's fighting his own inner demon. Where it's just like, no, you're so stupid. It's like, no, I'm trying to be good. I don't want to be an asshole. And like, dude, that's what insecurities feel like. Like I'm sitting here with this girl, and I'm like, you're not. She's out of your league. I'm like, why am I even thinking that to myself? This is stupid. This is dumb.
You're already on the date.
I know, but like, this is what I'm saying.
It
like,
takes two
the
people
more-
uh,
to go on a date.
It does. Well, but no, but I mean, I want to rock right now. No, I just like as the more I push myself to show, like in uncomfortable situations, the more I just feel like that inner demon, like, no, what are you doing? Stop it! Like it's dumb.
I just want to imagine like I'm the devil on your shoulder being like, "She's too good for you," and Bob's like, "Dude, come on, man, go for it." And they just go back to me, "You're a fucking loser."
You know what the worst part is now that you put it that way, it's probably going to be exactly like that now.
Cool, good.
Although at least within myself, it's me versus my conscience. So Bob, you are now part of me.
Yes.
And Brian, you're now my conscience.
She's too good for you.
Fuck off!
You're not pretty enough.
I'm a pretty boy.
She hates Volkswagen.
Thank you, Bob.
She hates Volkswagen.
Can you just follow me places, Bob? Fuck off, Brian. Can you
I'll just follow you and whisper in your ear the entire time.
That'll get over your insecurity. You're on the date, and Bob's just whispering positivity in your ear, and you're like, "Who is that?" Just he's angel on my shoulder. Hold the fuck on.
He's my service dog. It's fine.
She's just walking Bob on a leash, and she's like, it's like, don't kink shame him, all right?
It's a fetish, okay?
And Bob
Spencer, you don't need alcohol.
Bob takes off his muzzle. It's a living. Womp, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da-bum,
Sitcom audience claps them off. Or would you rather slapstick noises like whoop?
No, see, that's what happens. Like, Bob does that, and you're like, see, ever since him, I've been feeling great about myself, and that's when I come in through the door, and all the crowd's just like, woo! And I'm like, up. I'm here to knock you down a peg or two. And you're just like, oh no, he's here.
My inner monologue is going to be so terrifying from now on. So,
And I come in, I'm like, hey, Spencer, what'd you say about all the YouTube channels? You never did. And then the crowd goes, ooh.
It's okay, Spencer. Take your time.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. I need this. I need this.
I know what to push. I know the buttons to push.
Yeah, I know. You did it the first time I went to PAX the entire fucking weekend. Speaking of buttons to push, how about them Philly fans, right, friend?
The intern walks in. We'll do that a different episode.
Oh, all right, fine.
We'll do that a different episode.
So
Spencer, what did you learn
today? Because we know what Bob learned.
I learned that this entire time I thought I was fighting myself, but I was actually fighting the Brian that's in me.
That's a good one.
Ready your sword. Tonight we battle for your mind.
Brian, what did you learn?
I apparently haunt Spencer's dreams.
Also, I learned that Bob is the human embodiment of a golden retriever. He's just happy and...
You're going to die of cancer in 6 years.
Fuck you! Stop owning your role so well! Fuck you!
That's what golden retrievers do. They live to like 6 to 8.
Spencer, it's okay. I may not be around for your entire life, but you're around for my whole life.
You're going to have to take him out like Old Yeller.
Can we end the episode now? Can we end the episode now, please? I don't want...
I'm leaving.
Holy shit! Oh my god! I'm sweating because I don't know what emotions to feel right now.
I can't.
Follow us on Instagram.
It's Shibby Shack.
Well, you've been listening to Shootin the Shibby.
You've been listening to Spencer's Inner Demons.
You've been listening to Spencer's Existential Crisis.
Don't forget, you can like us on Facebook at Shibby Shack. Follow us on Instagram at Shibby Shack Official.
Follow Spencer on dates so that he can feel better about himself.
Fuck! You know what? Actually, you know what? You're doing your role incorrectly. Because now, when I go out and feel insecure, I'm going to reflect back on these moments and laugh. My date might wonder why I'm laughing, but I'm going to laugh.
Plot twist on the angel, Bob's the devil.
Why?
Don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram, Shibby Shack Official. Also, follow us on Twitter. We are now on Twitter. I'll be fixing that in a little bit. But at the Shibby_Shack. Check us out on iTunes. Give us subscribe, like us, give us 5 stars, rate us, let us know what you want to hear. Shoot us an email at shibbyshackofficial@gmail.com. Check us out on Spotify, Player.fm, TuneIn Radio, the Google Podcast Store as well. Check us out on our website, shootintheshibby.podbean.com. Special thanks to Bethany at Crafter's Quest for our awesome logo, and DJ Quads for our intro and outro music as well. Also, while you're at it, make sure you check out our Twitch account, twitch.tv/shibby_shack. We're planning on doing a couple Halloween special streams soon, where we'll take care of that in a little bit. We'll also start, doing some Twitch stuff, streaming the podcast and everything like that in a little bit. Not quite yet, but for now we're right here on Facebook.
I wanna tease.
Okay.
What we're gonna be doing in October.
Tease it. Go for it.
I'll tease it. Until Dawn. We're going to do a playthrough of Until Dawn.
Yes.
I don't think they know anything about the routes to take. I do, but I'm going to keep quiet during that.
I
And,
can't
let
wait.
them make all the mistakes.
I can't wait to make mistakes.
And
because
watch
I
them
scare
murder
easily,
everyone
too.
on the team.
I'm about to say, you can already tell that I make plenty of mistakes.
I cannot wait for this. We have to... After the show, the three of us will sit down and discuss when we want to do it. Mm-hmm. But yes. I cannot wait. So yeah, make sure you follow us there. So for one final time, for Spencer...
Sup?
And for Brian,
Inner Demons.
Fuck off.
I'm Bob. Thank you so much for listening to Shootin' the Shibby. We'll be back.
By the way, ladies, I'm single.
Yeah, fuck you, girl. He wants to